As Flight AA-77 descended in a wide turn over the Capitol and lined up with its target, there was a military C-130 plane, like this one, flying above Washington.
There's a lot of suspicion here that that C-130 may in fact have been controlling the aircraft that hit the Pentagon.
So what you're saying is that the pilot was the person who caused the crash at the Pentagon?
Well, I can't say that for a certainty, but there's a lot of reason to suspect that this circling C-130 may have in fact been the control vehicle for the plane that was approaching the Pentagon.
This is that aircraft.
Well, here's a chart of the Washington, D.C. area.
And this is the pilot.
Andrews Air Force Base right here. We departed out of Andrews and climbed to 3,000 feet, which took us by the south side of the mall.
Lieutenant Colonel O'Brien was on a routine flight, but as he flew over central Washington, air traffic control reported an unidentified jet fast approaching on his left-hand side.
This report, aircraft VFR 6 miles southeast of the White House.
6 miles southeast of the White House?
Yep, he's moving away.
It had that distinctive silver finish. In our minds, it was definitely an American Airlines aircraft. And as he moved to our 11 o'clock position, he started his turn, and by the time he got to our 12 o'clock position, right out the front of the aircraft, he was rolled up into about, I would estimate, 30 to 40 degrees of bank, which is considerable for a commercial airline. And then all of a sudden we saw this big explosion. And I keyed the mic again and said, Washington, this is Gopher 06. That airplane has hit the west side of the Pentagon.
Later, when Steve O'Brien was back home in Minnesota, he found himself at the center of a conspiracy theory.
Not having ever been part of a major event like this before, you're somewhat detached, but when you're actually a witness to it and then become part of these conspiracies, it's a lot more personal and concerning to me that people would think that, you know, I would have the ability to do something or want to do something like this. So it's a little bit disconcerting, but at the same time, it gives you another insight into how wrong a lot of these conspiracies are, but yet they continue and continue on and kind of take on a life of their own, so to speak.